So just recently my friend gave me this battery. It was a power station that wasn't working. He said to me, if you can't get it working, just throw it away. So I said, okay, cool, cheers mate. It wasn't working at first until I stripped it all the way down and found out there was the big bus bar right at the bottom of the battery. I disconnected that, cleaned it and replaced it. I then reconnected the battery and to my absolute surprise it worked. I then bought an Ant BMS, wired it all up, and this is going to be a project for a mini bike. I've got to solder them 3 wires together and then put a main plug on it and then put my main leads onto my BMS, join the battery up after connecting all the balance wires, put a main plug onto that, and then that'll be done. That'll be a working battery. Nice. Looking forward to that one. There you go. She's all wrapped up. She is nearly ready to go. All I've got to do is connect the BMS wires, make some leads up from here. I've already got my other leads. Wait for my QS 8 plugs and some wire it all up, and then we're good to go. So here's what the wiring looked like before I put the top on. Measuring up the positive leads. I've not connected the BMS wires just yet. Had to bend the positive leads so that it can fit in there better. And now it's all connected. Now I'm ready to charge. I used QS8 connectors. I then 3D printed some caps for the ends. And now I'm ready to do the first test charge. I then designed the cover for the battery top, 3D printed that off. There we go. Battery top is on there. 3D printed that the other night. That's all good. Now I've just got to cut some polycarbonate to do the sides, mastic that on the sides of these, and then cover it once more, silicone the top up, and then that's done. Ready for the mini bike. So now I've masticed all the 4 panels on the side of the battery, rounding off all the sharp edges. It's now nice and smooth, and that will be ready for the final wrapping and sealing of the battery. So now I've finally wrapped the battery and sealed those polycarbonate panels in the battery pack. Now the battery is ready for sealing and waterproofing. All I did for this is squeeze the silicone underneath the battery wrapping and then squeeze the excess out of the wrapping to seal the battery pack. Now hopefully that should reduce any water or moisture getting into the battery. Let's move it all off. And that is how I did my battery for my mini bike. If you have reached it this far guys, to this part of the video, please consider giving it a like. That would make my day. The wheels just turned up. I got my tyres the other day. I'm well excited now. Now I'm getting my bits. I'm well excited. Sweet. I'm really going to enjoy building this. Yes, mate. So literally, as soon as I got the wheels, I fit the tyres as quick as I could to see what size they were looking, and they look good. So this is the rear wheel, and this has got 2 hub mounts, one for a disc rotor and one for the rear sprocket. So this rear wheel is for a CT100U. Then I received my forks all the way from America. They actually arrived really quickly. I was really happy with the quality. They arrived unscathed all the way from the States. I will put all the links for everything that I bought all in the description below. So initially I was going to build an all-in-one frame like this, which is your standard mini bike and similar to the E-Box Dragster, which originally I wanted to build this bike, but then the Rizzler Ebike came along and that's what I wanted looking like. So first of all, I was looking for a brake rotor. None had this brake pattern. I did find some on AliExpress where I bought the wheels from, and also got brake caliper and brake pads. Next I was looking for some handlebars. These were really cheap and exactly what I was looking for. I was well chuffed when I was getting all my bits and pieces together. Next I needed some clamps for clamping these to the forks. I did have to do some modifications to these clamps to make them fit the handlebars. Once I'd done that, it was perfect. My mate gave me some bolts for the rear sprocket. After I received the rear sprocket, I then re-drilled the PCD fitment for these wheels, and then titanium bolts look absolutely awesome. So for the drivetrain, I've gone with the QS90 motor, well capable of 5,000 watts, and for the moment I'm using this 1,000 watt controller for an e-bike with control panel, on and off switch, mode control and battery indicator. It also comes with this nice little thumb throttle. This one is mode 1. Mode 2. And mode 3. That should be good enough for now. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, leave a like, and go and check out the one that I'm building for my grandma. See you in the next one, guys, when I'm building the frame.